Ah,
Ah, Welcome begins. The dark side of the force. Wait, what? Hell, mighty ones. Yes, Shadowhawk not feeling it today. He just says hello. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, he bounced himself there. He was sounding marvelous, and then anyway, he'll be back. He'll be back. You will love this book, Devil Flyer. Added to the campaign today. The Euphoria head sketch. I will be doing a special stream tonight to work on the campaign and talk to the chat as I work on the campaign. So we'll see how that works out. I realize it's hump day, but listen, if I do a stream every night, which I did topic list last night, and I did the draw stream Monday, which more and more people are doing that, I see, and other things. I mean, I'm just trying to keep my views up, and we're in record territory right now. And we've had some shorter 4 o'clock shadows this week. Not as many views, this and that. So, got to keep humping it. Hump day. I realize it's hump day. But I've got to work on this campaign, Shadowhawk. I got to get stuff up that's ready to go, and plus files and stuff. And I like just hanging out and talking to the chat and not feeling the pressure of having to do anything except what I need to sit here and do.
All right.
While including,
Time waits for no man, my friend.
Right. Yeah. Time waits for
Give me 1 second. Be right back.
Okay. So had a wonderful time on topic list last night. Used I can't speak. I need to pick up drinking like Shadowhawk. Have a little imbibe.
I love the car, the truck that came by. Last night I was taking Daisy out, and they're up front. I don't know what the.
As interesting as that was. Whoa. No, don't tell me my power saving. My screen goes black. What the hell? I hate this. Okay. Only one way to fix this. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm gone. I'll be back.
I'll tell you why you sorry.
Took your finger off.
Malahawk had to tell me something. Okay, are you frozen, Rex? Or are you just sitting very still? I see you moving. No, maybe not. Looks like Rex got kicked this time. I'm all alone. Hello, everyone. This is now the Shadowhawk show. I shall be taking over for today. You will all do my bidding. I don't even know if any of you can hear me. I'm just a lonesome bird out in the cold. It's dark and scary back here. Okay, Rex, you coming back, buddy? Does he even realize he's kicked? Questions we have no answer for. I can't even tell if Chad is still here now. Well, honey, that was loud.
That was Bruce Lee.
Nah.
That was just a nunchuck.
Now, once you said Bruce Lee, I knew. Hail upon the wild streams for you. Welcome, boys. Good to have you. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know right at the moment. Looks like I'm still broadcasting, but Rex has disappeared. Thank you, Alfonso. So, did you hear my speech about taking over the show and everyone doing my bidding? Damn it. I thought I was off when I said that. Just play. Hopefully Rex will figure out he got kids here in a minute and work his way back into the room. In the meantime, it's hump day, and I'm not prepared for anything except to talk to Rex. He's in charge, Phil. I'll be right back. All right, well. The ancient Jinko says I saw the pyramids of Giza. That's like my Thundercat call. Woohoo! What up, Jinko? There's a bit of static coming through. Bummer.
Well, at least you did.
I don't know if I can. Oh, there he is.
Hey, Riley.
Rex, you back?
Huh? What?
I said, you back?
Yeah, I had to turn my computer off because every now and then, even though I'm using my mouse, my cursor, which is strange, right? I'm using it. It's in use. My screen wants to go to power saver and go black. The only way I know how to fix that, besides going in and changing the parameters, which I will make that a priority now that it's interfered with a show. It doesn't do it very often, but I don't know. I've tried to tweak it, whatever. It's not worked, evidently, but I will go and try and fix that. The only way I know to fix it is just turn the computer off, let it reboot, and come back up, to get the monitor image back up. So, yeah. Sounds good, Rex, but audio is shit. Shadow sounds good now as well. Okay. Is my audio not good? Riley says.
Maybe he meant video.
Not audio. Oh, video.
Okay. Yeah, while you were gone, apparently I was getting a little static through my mic, but it straightened out once you came back.
Oh, okay. That's wild.
I know. It's weird.
Fair bit of static coming out. We can hear
weird.
you.
Weird.
Okay. I saw the pyramids of Giza. That's like my Thundercat call. Yeah. Thundercat. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a little nod to Thundercat. We have. Mains power battery only goes power saving. We can hear you, Shadow. Let's see. Laugh out loud. We got Caleb. If it's a laptop, mine's not a laptop. It may be. It may not be switched on. Mine goes into power saving mode when I do that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you have to check your settings, Rex, and turn off the power saver. Set it to.
I guess I had to turn it off completely. Yeah. good now. It's cleared up. Video and audio all good now. Yeah. Sometimes my video is just pixelated. I think maybe my system's just overloaded, and some days and sometimes depending on usage is better than others.
Well, it probably depends how many tabs you have open and stuff like that too. Like if you got a bunch of stuff lined up to show, then that could possibly,
I really don't today. I mean, I've got the channel open. I've got the rewards open, which I could close that. But I was working on the campaign, adding a new piece, which I can just reach back here and get it, or I can show you on the campaign here. It is up there. I think worldwide shipping's $5. So, but asking $30 for the piece of artwork. And there it is right there on the right. Euphoria on 140-pound watercolor paper, so it's not flimsy. Original head sketch and study of Euphoria, which I'm working on now. A story to develop her, and the pyramid, Giza pyramid, was a nod to a story that I told Shadowhawk with another character that I'm developing that takes place part of the story in ancient Egypt. And that's all we'll say about that. You remember that story, right?
Yes, I remember that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I shared that with him. So anyway, did topic list last night and then did Hilljack Happy Hour and finished this piece over there. That ran long.
Oh, cool.
Over on Token.
So that was what you just showed us. So that was the Euphoria trading card, or was that like the 5x7 size one?
That is head sketch size. That is
bigger than the trading card.
That's the bigger. Everybody will be getting a head sketch, which is this size. Now this is the same size, I believe, as the head sketches I'm doing. Let me make sure of that. Whether the image is horizontal like this or vertical.
Right.
Yep. Same size. Same. Let's see. Actually, line this up here. Yeah. I mean, there's a tinge more on the head sketch. I mean, not even a quarter of an inch.
Right.
But yeah, you can see that's 110 pound. That's 110 pound, right? That I've been doing the head sketches on. And this,
right.
I dare not do that because it's thicker. It's 140-pound watercolor paper, but it's the same size as the head sketches. One of the first images of Euphoria. Trying to think. Not the first one in color, but I'm talking, I haven't done her, but I could figure it out for you. This might be about the third time I drew her. I don't know. I'd have to look.
Right, something like that. I know you haven't done too many of her yet.
Yeah. And here's the page that I finished last night on topic list and Tokemis, really, when I got it done. To the Euphoria story. And these will be panels where I will insert the images. I'm not sure I'm going to draw out the rest of this. I kind of like it is. And I can always drop in the images in the panels that I want here,
Sure.
And my colors are going to be off. My colors are just going to be off with my system. They're just going to be off.
Not the two colors that we're seeing.
Well, they're pretty close, but let's say when it comes to the reds and purples and things, it's a little off. But yeah, there you go, Euphoria page, interior page, and I went ahead and I did the turquoise twice across the edge, just for the collector that buys it.
Oh, very nice.
because this will not reproduce. I mean, it could if you photograph the whole thing and you add a print margin, but I don't even think you can do. I mean, and you would have to downsize the image to do that.
Right, yeah, you might
By
have to
this
shrink
much.
a little bit.
A little
Yeah,
bit, yeah.
you could probably just add like a black border to it in like Photoshop or something without having to do too much manipulation.
Well, now I've done that. I've actually inked a black border around it, but I wanted it to be a colored border, a little bit of color in here, and I didn't go all out with the colors on her because I wanted this to be more of a color indicating her mood and the start of the story, because she's having to deal with the monster that she's become somewhat. I mean, and why is she faceless? Facial features, except for the eyes. The eyes are very expressive with her. And the color of the swirling.
Frowning a bit.
Huh?
I said she does look like she's frowning a bit, but it's that other splash of color you got coming over from her.
Yes, right here. Yeah.
Left side.
That could be intentional.
No, the opposite side there.
Without being, adding her. Oh, the opposite side. What are you talking about?
The one right under your finger right there.
Right here?
Yeah, where that little orange. Yeah, that little orange stripe comes over. It kind of gives her a frown.
I mean, it's not supposed to, but it's kind of like indicating, design-wise that. Yeah. You got
it. Goes very nice with the tears in the eyes, and it looks good, dude.
Right. And without being
or not.
And that's sort of I've done that for years with some characters where, I mean, it's nothing new. Steve Ditko and The Question.
Oh, yeah.
No facial features at all, not even eyes. So, it's nothing
new. Morbius. What happened to his nose? He has no nose.
Well, it's like the Third Reich has given, yes, but has taken away, some of their humanity. If they had a shred of humanity to begin with, you know what I mean? It's like a visual metaphor with what's going on with a lot of them. That's why, they're all going to be different. Some of them are still going to be evolving into what they will yet become, and I know in the future, I can't wait for this. Stone, my character Stone, you get introduced to him in that future story, and he's got how the pharaohs had the little beard? He's got a stone stalactite, here.
Oh, cool.
He's grown some facial hair, but it's stone. Just to give him a visual difference in the future.
Okay, here's a question I don't know if I've asked you or not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Were all of the 43 voluntary experiments, or some of them just people who got experimented upon?
I played with that. Yeah. Some will be you have both. Really. You have both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever asked you that before, so.
That's very observant of you. Yes. For
For
the most part, they're volunteers, but yes, there were a few that were subdued and taken without their consent. Let's say,
right?
Because this is Dr. Mangala type stuff, almost. With Dr. K and what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I showed Dr. K, and I forget on what show. I guess it was maybe on Tokamei show, and everyone was like, "Ooh!" when they saw Dr. K, with all the blood and everything. And that's what I mean. I will be adding this stuff to the campaign. Some of it of Ryan James' artwork, preliminary sketches. The Croc Bog piece.
It came out nice.
Another you know, and I may slow roll this and see if some are going to sell, you know, and then, you know, if they don't take off, then I'll put some more up, you know, Dr. K. And we got the 10-year page, which is finished, which will 10 years of Bog, celebrating 10 years of Bog, which these preliminaries are based on. And that will be going in the book. So, you know, this will all be printed in at least the 10-year visual history of Bog, you know. I'm going to be working on this Bog piece. I'm going to make his brow bigger, and that will shorten his head because I think his head's a little bit big, you know. And I should have fixed that in the pencil page, but I was like, kind of uncertain about what I want to do. But yeah, I'm going to increase the his brow here, and that will kind of shorten how his head looks here, and I think that'll be fine, you know, when I'm done with it.
Okay.
But I want to be kind of working on a couple different stories at a time. I kind of crossed over with the black right there. I got to wipe that out. But don't like much to be done on that. We'll see. You don't know until you get into it, you know. These are some, you know, we were talking about John, Texas Dave was showing yesterday his new book that had Avengers artwork in it. Well, here's one of the pieces I was mentioning that I had access to. Of course, I've got others too. Some are large acetates, but to like some of the very first Avengers I bought, the stuff that got me collecting. In fact, this is from the second page, and it's got Rockefeller on there, which you know, we were showing, and it's done in Justice League format, you know, because really the Squadron Supreme with Hyperion and Dr. Spectrum was supposed to be Green Lantern, Hyperion, you know, Superman, and you had others. You had a Tom Thumb, which was supposed to be the Atom, very short dwarf midget type character, right? And like I say, this is when I first got started with very young, although howbeit not his first stuff by any means, still early stuff, still in the career of George Perez in comics. And you had Lady Lark, which was supposed to be like Black Canary, you know, had the sonic voice. You had Golden Arrow, I think his name was, supposed to be like Green Arrow. So these were equivalents, sort of takeoffs, and not the only ones. If you remember in X-Men, you had was it Guardian with the Mohawk, which is probably an OMAC type.
Yeah, that was Guardian.
And all his crew that fought during the death of Phoenix on the moon, the X-Men.
Yeah, that was the Royal Guard.
Shi'ar Elite. Shi'ar Elite.
Yeah,
something like that.
I think it was the Royal Guard or something like that.
Royal Guard, something like that. The Praetorian Guard of Shi'ar Empire. Yeah. Sort of their enforcers and security, right? That are all from different planets. And really, that's a takeoff of, I wouldn't say just Justice League. I would say probably more Legion of Superheroes, but still DC, right? So anyway, you know, in Justice League, they used to line up the heads. Remember? This is the splash page to 148, I believe, after the Avengers had been defeated temporarily with the Beast. Yeah, all George Perez. So this is acetate, and you have two layers on this where it's art and dialogue. Now, some of the dialogue can sometimes, or sound effects, be on the art page, you know, but it's an overlay, you know. Don't ever curse at me like that again. Inagata DeVita.
Oh my.
I know,
How
right?
dare you, sir?
And the cover to Avengers number 200 with the Beast.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
And one of my, and really, if I had my dream team, Carol Danvers would never be in there. I'm sorry.
You know, that's the best Miss Marvel there ever was.
Hellcat
That was the best. That was still the best Miss
Bride
Marvel,
of
right?
Jessica. What's her name? Bride of Ultron.
Uh, Jocasta.
Jocasta would be in there. She's one of my favorites. I mean, a metal naked lady. What's not to love, right? She was a great character. And apparently she's
Yeah, I
been
liked her.
destroyed, so she's, quote, dead now. I hate that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know it.
Because I recently saw, like one of those Marvel handbooks for the dead. She was on it. So, but yeah, man.
Well, that's a shame. I thought you were a pretty cool character.
George Perez, Kirby Crackle, very with Iron Man, very, traditional. I mean, come on. And the John Byrne heads that I used to own. Yes. Oh. With the bees. And then I have some I have in acquiring, some artwork, I have kept some myself, for myself. The stuff I really like. Like from Fantastic Four number 13. The only time that except for the cover to 14, Steve Ditko inked Jack Kirby's pages. And this is when the thing wasn't completely stony like Joe Sennett would later, do him. It's when he was still kind of transitioning. Can I use that word anymore?
No.
No. Okay. Let's see if I got this right. Just putting these in order for you, although, there's gaps. Okay. So you have page 1, unfortunately, and this has the, story, Stan Lee, art, Jack Ditko.
Jack Kirby. No.
See the way my mind works, but that's how I come up with some creative things sometimes, Jack Ditko. In an alternate world, maybe they're fused. And what would that look like? Maybe like these pages. Anyway, Jack Kirby art, inking Steve Ditko. The only time he inked Jack Kirby on the Fantastic Four, except for the cover of the next issue, issue 14, which was a Submariner cover. And it's and then you had the art Cymac doing the lettering. But wonderful. They reprinted this in a treasury. I think this was the first time I saw it. It's in one of those big Fantastic Four treasuries. And I'm sure this is for the essentials or archive. I mean, it depends if it's black and white and color sometimes, But this is probably an essentials for the essentials books that came out, first time they came out. But look at that. Look at that. The Fantastic Four versus the Red Ghost and his indescribable super apes, this is their first appearance. And why the significance on this issue, besides Steve Ditko inking over Jack Kirby? Well, the first appearance of the Watcher in this issue. Yeah. Now we go to color, which could be to, one of the Marvel Masterpiece archives, perhaps. Menace on the Moon, Part 2, Chapter 2. Menace on the Moon. Look, Reed, I have as big a forehead as you. Yes, Sue, you do. What the hell?
Wow. She does have a big old flat forehead there, boy. She gets hit with a frying pan? What a...
Yeah. Well, and they made it where they're describing where Johnny can fly out into space, with, his costume Reed fitted him with an air something, right?
I guess, yeah.
You mean you want to fly out and investigate? Sure, this chemical tuxedo releases chemical tuxedo. Anyway, book logic, folks. I mean, they're going to the moon for the second. Well, and all right, let's put it this way. Fantastic Four in this issue get to finally make it to the moon, which they were trying to do in issue 1. So they made it there before anybody else, in the blue area of the moon where they can breathe without all that, the oxygen tuxedo or not, So meeting the red ghost there. I mean, there's the Watcher. Yes. Just wonderful Steve Ditko. Do you like Steve Ditko inks over Jack Kirby? Shadowhawk? Oh, he's muted. Here you go. Read Frozen.
Hello.
Yes. And battling the super apes, the shape-shifting baboon, and the very strong gorilla throwing the thing over his shoulders. I believe to put out the torch's flame, he becomes an asbestos blanket around him.
Well,
I'm just saying. Will Johnny Storm later die of cancer because of issue 13? Maybe.
Well,
it's
the guy who turned into this.
And the last page I have, and I should have told you the pages. This is page 18 of the story, right there, where they're making actually a pretty neat little, round funnel, and you see the red ghost phasing there to the door, because that's what he does. He's the communist red ghost. New Devil Flyer art coming, yes indeed. Ryan's working on a new digital thing. Carrie in the house, oi Savaloy to you, Carrie. Yes. And since Carrie's here late, and I have added, or maybe she was here all the time, I have added a head sketch of Euphoria, original head sketch study of Euphoria on 140-pound test paper, $30, and I think shipping's like $5 worldwide. Didn't want to make it too much, but I'm not pushing that too hard either. And I finished this. I'll probably digitally put in what I want on these panels here. But new Euphoria page that was finished last night. Need to date it. Finish this in a couple days, so colored, and I'll try and get that scanned, and some others after I finish this bog piece here. I'll try and get that scanned and put up on the campaign, perhaps. We shall see. I've got some Ryan James pieces to put up there. And hey, gals, he says, oh, sorry I'm late. I've been painting. Oh, awesome. I've been sleeping for the most part because it wasn't that late, but it was early in the morning when got done with Topic List and Tokame. Of course, that I worked, on the Euphoria page on both shows, and a lot of color involved and layering and different things, working out the design, what I wanted exactly. So, it took a bit, but we got there. It's done. Just have to spend some time with it, and figure out, each page builds on itself. Once you figure out some of the details, the rest kind of comes to you. I've woke up a couple hours, earlier today. I mean, a couple hours before the show, and did some writing of just some concepts, some ideas of sketch cards that I want to do. Working nights like Rex now. On my way, actually. Yeah. I know you listen as you commute. Are you going to have like a big Christmas theme or at
That's
Six
you talking in
Flags,
my
or
ear
are
when
you
you start
doing
touching on
Thanksgiving and then you got to do Christmas? Because I imagine at Six Flags you have to do lighting
Yeah.
for all kind of holiday stuff. Talking about what Ryan James does at Six Flags,
Oh, yeah.
his new job.
Fireman. Yeah.
Because I know he was doing Halloween lighting, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's got to be a kind of a fun job, man. Rigging up all that lighting and stuff in those theme parks. That'd be pretty neat.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be a challenge, you know,
Oh, yeah. I'm sure
and
it's
maybe
not all
physically
easy.
intensive if you have to set up lighting, you know,
Oh, yeah.
different
I'm sure
spots and
Brian
stuff.
probably spends a lot of times either in a bucket truck or, up and down a ladder or
Hmm.
a
Oh yeah,
scissor lift or something.
yeah. Scissor lift. Yeah, I know what those are. They're kind of like this, diamond shaped, right, and
Mm-hmm.
straight up.
Yeah,
Yeah, those
I just
just go
got two
straight up,
hours
don't
on
they?
one today.
Don't they just go
Yeah,
straight up? Yeah.
well, you can drive them around when they're folded down, but
Oh
you
yeah,
gotta stop them and switch them from driving mode. You really don't want to drive them while they're fully extended. I mean, you can,
yeah,
but you don't want to.
yeah. You running? Yeah, if you get run into a bump or something, yeah, you might go down
Mm,
high up in the air. Not recommended. Yeah. Uh,
no,
especially if
don't
you're
like it.
medically fragile. Now, I was freaking out the other day, not totally thinking it through. I can still do searches. So I did set up Friday's show, which we hope to have Frederick Grumont
Cool.
on with us again to talk about Mark Silvestri on Feature Friday.
Frederick Guillemot.
Uh-huh. Little French, spice it up with French. And of course, Monday we had Edwin Buzz Acevedo on to talk about his newsprint version, I think, of his book.
Oh, cool. Buzz is gonna be back. Awesome.
He's going to be on Monday, and then of course on the last Friday of November, and it's amazing. My birth month has just flown by. Kurt Swan. So we'll be featuring some Kurt Swan, and I imagine a lot of Legion of Superhero stuff. I love that stuff, man. That was in one of the first comic books I ever did. And to my amazement, looking back on it years later, it's like, oh, look who wrote it. Jim Shooter as like a 14-year-old boy. And it was actually pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And just a reminder for December,
Yeah, do you?
on the 5th of December, we're going to talk about Todd McFarlane on Feature Friday. We're going to talk about Jim Aparo on the 12th, and on the 19th, we're going to get some Cheesecake Girl stuff. Maybe we'll get Omer Glitch in here, but I don't know. You know, he's
Why's
just
that?
he's hung up on the ladies. But yeah, I cannot think of anybody that probably draws the ladies cuter and than Dave Stevens. And round the year out with George Perez on Boxing Day in Canada and Kwanzaa, first day of Kwanzaa. That's after Christmas Day, after Christmas on the 26th. Of course, the 26th will be 4 years that Apex Comics, he was putting up videos prior, but he had never done a live stream. And I was actually on his first live streams and became his co-host on
Yep.
Apex After Dark. And that got me started. A day later, he challenged me to start putting up content on my channel. So I looked into it and I started doing that on December 27th. So that will be 7 years for me. So he celebrates 7 years of live streaming on the 26th, and I celebrate just 4 years. I mean, 4 years of not 24 years, but 4 years of streaming. Putting up content on the channel. So coming up on 4 years here in about a month or so. A little over a month. Well, we got to get through Thanksgiving too. That's Thursday.
Yeah,
with the
next
cranberry
Thursday.
sauce and all that,
Not this Thursday, next Thursday.
Yes, next Thursday. Yes. Hit the like button, people. Yes. Yes. Not this Thursday. Yesterday being Elsie's wife's birthday, Susie's birthday. So hope she had a
happy
wonderful
birthday again. Belated this time. I told her happy birthday a day early, and then I missed it yesterday. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought we brought it up yesterday, but I could be remiss. Maybe we did go early.
I thought we did it on. I know I mentioned it on Monday, and you were like, "Yeah, it's tomorrow,"
Right.
and I was like, "Yeah, I know." Let's look, but I just wanted to make sure, because he was in the chat at the time, so
I
I want to
blame
make sure he
Texas
saw.
Dave with that damn cat of his. He's always a
That's
distraction.
right.
And that
Maya
kitchen
taking
talk,
over
oh
the
my gosh. Speaking of kitchen talk, I early this morning did some dill pickle slices. I told you I was going to try those dill pickle slices, where they slice them lengthwise and thin. Now that can be a problem because the inside is kind of, but the outer skin is, and it's cut so thin to batter up and deep fry, right? Because sometimes it wants to separate into two halves, But I thought I would try them. For the most part, they worked pretty good. I did some fried pickles. I've got some sweet pickles in there that I did half of, and I've got some other sweet pickles, the bread and butter chips. I tried those. Those weren't bad, and I did some fried green beans. I told you I bought that 1 pound big can of green beans. Yeah. So, yeah, they were delish. They were lush, and all those other British terms that are in the positive. Green beans. Yeah, fried green beans are good. I like them more than French fries.
Wait, they're in a can?
Well, I don't deep fry the can.
No, I'm just stupid. So what'd you do? Just drain them really well and then batter them and fry them?
That's what I did. You have the can opener, kind of like you did the high C orange drink that came in a can.
Yeah, you punch a hole in it.
You punch two holes, one for the air, right? On both sides. Yeah. And that's what I did. And I drained the green beans and then opened it up with a can opener. I mean, electric can opener after I drained it.
Right.
That's got a lot of weight to it with that water, right? And I grabbed my green beans and made my batter up and put it in that batter and threw it in the oil that was heated. And
no, I was just thinking being canned, they would have been so soft that they would have broken up before they got fried into little sticks.
Well, I mean, this is sort of restaurant size. This is kind of economy size. This is the big ones, So, yeah, not so much.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
It's the big cans. But you can buy them at Walmart. I think that can was like $4.99, $5. I said, hell yeah, I have me a bunch of green beans, and I actually bought some extra batter too. So I don't know that I'll be able to do all the green beans that way. Because you want the batter to be pretty thick to stick to that wet stuff, especially pickles. But the thicker the better, and then fry it for longer to get that crust well done and cooked on there, really crispy and pretty good stuff, especially those fried dill pickles. Rex is all fancy with his electric can opener. Do you have Prince Albert in a can? Yeah. That's an old joke, Ryan.
Better let him out.
Caleb must like green beans. It's one of the few vegetables I will actually eat. But yeah, battered, a lot of places, Applebee's right now is pushing their new fried pickles. Well, other restaurants have been doing fried pickles for a while, Shadowhawk.
For a long time.
What they need to do, and nobody does, but they're lush. They're good. You can get them packaged up even. There are brands of battered green beans that you can deep fry or bake for that matter, if the batter's already on them. But I wouldn't bake them. And I don't eat a lot of fried food, but oh my gosh, fried green beans.
I haven't come across those yet. It sounds good.
Walmart used to carry that brand. They're called Snaps with 2 P's, SNAPPS, Snaps. They also do mozzarella sticks, jalapeno poppers, I think. You can find them at Dollar Tree sometimes, although I've not seen the fried green beans because since I bought them out, they haven't carried them anymore. And then I found the very same brand at Walmart, but sometimes like Boston Market, I can't find it at Walmart anymore. They phase things out, or it gets pushed out by other products sometimes. So I can't find Boston Market meatloaf anymore, and that's pretty good, You don't want to hand make it, tragic meatloaf. I'm ready for green bean casserole with French styled onions on top for holiday. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
baby.
Right. You're doing the crunchy onions on top. I actually have some of those in the pantry.
Yeah, we've got everything already. Mama did all the Thanksgiving shopping last week. She brought
What is
home a little corn
What
chip.
is this word? Grated what? What is that? I think it's cheese. Courgette?
Courgette or courgette and cheese
Right, and cheese fried in batter is love.
Well, what's a courgette?
What is that, Carrie?
Wait, I don't know what that is, Carrie. Sorry. Unless maybe it's just some kind of weird, StreamYard misspell.
Now, Pal Rider, that's just a convenient thing. I think it's a Hamilton. I bought it for like $15 years and years ago. I've got a lot of service. Not that I open up a lot of cans, but I've gotten a lot of service out of it. But now I have the hand openers, can openers as well. I think you should have that if you don't have electricity. Either that or your backup. Oh, it's a vegetable. I didn't misspell. It's a vegetable.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that.
Right. Good to see
is it zucchini? Is it a zucchini type vegetable?
Courgette.
Now, I don't eat zucchini, but I will eat zucchini. Is it zucchini cake?
Zucchini bread.
Zucchini bread. Yes, I will eat zucchini bread. Yes, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Melt some butter on that thing. Oh,
do you not like squash and stuff, Rex? I love good butternut squash.
Look, man, when it comes to vegetables, I'm like hands off. Pickles and green beans, rice. I didn't used to like rice, which was ironic because my father was a rice farmer, and rice is a big thing here. I mean, here in Jonesboro, Riceland, till they built the big one down in Stuttgart, which is about 6-hour drive from here toward the middle of the state, just east of and down a little bit from Little Rock, in Stuttgart, which is like 10-minute, maybe 10-minute drive from the prison I used to go to. It would take you 6 hours to drive down there. It takes a while. But for years and years, Riceland here was the largest rice processing gin in the world. It was in Guinness Book of World Records for a long time.
I remember Riceland rice on the shelf when I was a kid. I think my mom used to buy that all
it's still all over around here because we got the largest plant in the world. Used to be, not anymore. Stuttgart's much, much bigger. But yeah, it used to be in the
far away from you guys.
Zucchini in America. Okay, so it is zucchini.
Yep.
Okay, never heard it called that before. You English are so lovely. confusing at times. Rex slums with the rest of us with a manual can opener every once in a while. Confirm? Yeah. Well, it's an essential
I actually
survival.
prefer the manual.
Look, most people are going to die simply because they don't have electricity.
Well, yeah, you got to be able to start a fire, open a can, wipe your ass.
Wait,
You know.
you wipe your ass with the electricity on? I guess you do. Yeah, I guess
Well,
you
I
do.
wipe it with it off too if I have to. I mean,
Don't watch me. Quit it. Stop it. Desist.
show your eyes.
Yeah. Now I know it's crazy, but I eat the fried green beans like I do fried French fries. I eat it with ketchup.
No, that don't sound crazy to me. I mean, I
Pretty
would
good.
probably use
Yeah.
something a bit more exotic, but that's me. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you would. Do you like ranch? You don't like ranch, do you?
No,
Do you?
I'm not a big ranch guy. No.
Okay, a lot of people are. I mean, remember when the
Oh, I
ranch
know.
craze? You know, yeah, kind of
Trust
like
me,
the
I
can
know.
opener, but you use the manual one. There you go. So
The
you get
only
off
ranch I've
right,
ever liked
then yeah.
was, you ever have that Hidden Valley ranch dip that everybody used to make on the holidays? Came in a little, you know, envelope, and you just emptied it into a big bowl of uh, cream cheese and ranch dressing and something else, I think. And then you used it for dip on veggies and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, you probably would.
Right.
That's
But
the only
yeah, a
ranch
lot of
I
people
ever
know.
liked
Yeah.
was that dip. But like as far as ranch dressing goes, no, I don't put it on anything.
Now you like onion dip, don't you?
Onion dip's alright. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, and maybe I should because I like onion. Although the leaky onions that we always had with fish fries, I didn't
No,
eat those, but I might as an adult. You know, maybe because it's not the bulb; it's more of the green part. If it's
yeah.
green, I'm surprised I like green beans. I'm more of a pea or bean guy than I am, and those are vegetables,
Yeah.
but they're not. They're the fiber vegetables and the
Well,
carbohydrates and
it's that
stuff.
time of year again. I just got to figure out when to
I know.
squeeze it in. I got to make me some ham and split pea soup, buddy.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. Do you ever just do straight lentil soup?
Straight what?
Lentil?
No.
No. What am I, Esau here? Hey,
Yeah, well,
uh,
who do I look like
one
over
soup
here?
that I went up to RJ's country, uh, up on the border of Arkansas. Trying to think of it where he lives. It is up in the Ozarks, there in
Oh,
Arkansas. To where Critical Blast lives. I'm trying to think. It starts with an E. Eureka. 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 I got
Eureka!
it. Excelsior. Huh?
I
Eureka.
said
Yeah.
Eureka. You thought of it.
Eureka Springs. Eureka Springs. And I honeymooned up there once with my second wife. We went
Yeah,
on
Eureka battery.
we were up there
Sorry.
December 1st. I remember it in the mid 90s. And we went up there, didn't have her two kids. It was just me and her. And, they had most of the stuff shut down because most of like the Passion, that's when they had the Passion play, the triumphant entry and crucifixion and burial and resurrection of Christ show
Mm-hmm.
in an open amphitheater. I've watched that
Oh,
thing several times since I was a kid. We would go, periodically to Eureka Springs and watch it, and then we could go up on the mountain and they had this almost like in Brazil, they have a large statue of Christ up on a hillside where you can see it for miles. Uh, and up there, and we did go up there to see that. It was huge. Last time we went, they had part of the Berlin Wall up there with the graffiti and everything on it.
oh, that's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool to see that and touch that, and I might even, flake something off. I don't know. And took it with me. I
I
can't
suppose
remember.
somebody must have bought a big chunk of it and made like a traveling display. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they probably chunked that. I mean, that went on for miles and miles and miles, right? So that big concrete
Oh yeah.
slabs, yeah. And
I remember people coming back from trips and stuff with little chunks of it, like in little glass
mhm.
bottles and stuff. You know.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like what they do, like water with the Jordan, water from the
Yeah.
Jordan River, which is quite nasty when you go there. It's usually brown, got rats and all kinds of stuff in it, they say.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
better than
Maybe
the
that's just
Yankees.
propaganda, but there's a lot of people that get baptized in that water, you know. But
Yeah, you might get a little something else while you're in there.
yeah, okay. Um,
Eye infections, ear infections,
oh yeah.
other
But we
things.
we went up there and we went into a little shop that was still there. I remember we went into a little shop and I looked at the Hot Wheels. So they had like different thing, but they had some Hot Wheels I might even got, while I was up there. Always the collector, right?
Right.
But I had minestrone soup for the very first time. It was very good, and I was
Oh,
hooked.
yeah.
Minestrone soup is very good, especially if you add some ground beef to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Good stuff.
some iterations of it without any meat, just vegetables.
Yeah, I think most the like normal minestrone doesn't have any meat in it, but like you can always vary your soup.
Jazz it up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bear Claw or Bear something brand is not too bad. I used to get that at Walmart, and most stores have it or whatever. A good minestrone soup. They make a good minestrone. In
Oh,
these little
okay.
cups that you can heat up, and yeah,
Mhm.
whatever. And it's got all kinds of healthy stuff in there. I don't mind like peas and stuff in like roast, although I wouldn't put them in roast. You can, I suppose. I don't mind that stuff if it's cooked in like with other things. It kind of disguises the taste. And let's face it, peas taste like wallpaper paste.
Hey, get off the peas, man. I love peas.
You love peas? Fine. I mean, it was like I said, I'm not a
I eat
vegetable guy.
dried wasabi peas. I eat peas out of the can. I eat uh, mashed, uh, what they call it in England, the pea mash, where you just turn it into like almost,
A
just a,
paste.
a
Yeah.
paste almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mushy peas. That's what it is.
Mushy peas. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you like chickpeas?
Chickpeas are all right.
Yeah.
They're not terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
I like kidney beans.
I'll make a ham and bacon split pea soup, super
Hmm.
hearty. With lots of veggies in there, parsnips, leeks. There's a leek in the boat. Um, yeah, all kinds of good stuff. Looking forward to that actually.
In that batter, that Zataran's batter that I use, which is traditionally done for like fried meats, like fried chicken or pork chops, something like that. But I've been using it
Uh-huh.
because it's inexpensive but you can smell the garlic in it.
Yeah, well, they've got
In this,
a Zatarain's for fish too. That's really good.
yeah, oh yeah, it's mainly enriched flour is the main ingredient of that stuff.
Yeah, and then a bunch of spices. That's pretty
Hmm.
much all. Yeah, yeah. It's just a spice. They just pre-do it for you, so you don't have to mix your own spices into your flour. You know.
Well, my favorite pee in the world, besides going to the bathroom,
Yeah.
which is essential, is black eyed pea. Now, I like purple whole peas, but there is a difference in the taste, and I prefer the black eyed pea over the purple whole.
I
How's
don't know
that
if I've
now?
ever had a purple hole. I've
Really?
had black eyed. Yeah, I've had black eyed
Really?
peas. I
Well,
don't know if I've ever had a purple hole.
it looks like a black eyed pea. It might be a little plumper, a little dark, a little
No, well, yeah,
larger.
then maybe I have had them and just didn't
Yeah.
realize.
Yeah, you
Okay.
probably thought it was a black eyed pea. you know, but it was
Probably.
actually a purple hull. And
I got mute for
and
a
to me,
second.
there
Mama
is a
got the
difference
radio
in
on.
taste.
You're right back.
No difference. All right, Elsie says no difference. Mon contraire, I think there is a difference in taste, and I just prefer the black eyes. I could eat black eyes every day, probably, uh, with some butter. Oh gosh, so good. But yeah, if Applebee's and restaurants like that really want to make a difference, they need to do fried green beans on the menu. Hell yeah. Um, I wonder if you could do like, you could probably, you know, I've often thought you could do like clusters of stuff, even if it's very small, like fried, fried black eyed pea. You just have to kind of somehow maybe egg mixture and cluster them together. I don't know, something to bind them together, you know, into a ball, and then, you know, deep fry that.
Yeah. You know what?
Don't that
Add
be good?
maybe a little cornmeal or some cornstarch into your, thinner batter to stick them together a little bit, make
Oh
little
yeah.
balls out of them. Yeah.
Hmm. And then batter them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And deep
That'd
fry
probably
those
work.
babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing of it is, when you do like that, some things can get trapped, you know,
Right.
and even hot oil sometimes in one pick, or I think I've been making sort of my own potato chips in a way, slicing the
Mm-hmm.
potatoes slices very thinly and putting it in the hot oil and, you know, salting it. And, but yeah, there was oil trapped underneath the skin. You could tell on one because it was still bubbling. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to bite into that, you know. So you got to watch out for that when you're doing stuff with moisture, and you know, could trap some oil in there, and you bite into it when it's real hot, and oh, burn your mouth,
Yeah.
you know, like swallowing some hot oil.
Oh yeah.
Man, we live
I've
in
been
America, and you have the
burnt
right,
by
and I would
my
die for your right, you know.
been burnt by my appetite many a time.
I think there's a difference. I think if you had black eyed peas and you had purple whole peas there, LZ, and you ate them by themselves, not as just, you know, certain foods go with other certain foods, and some foods you could just sit there and eat by themselves, no problem.
What's wrong with good old green peas?
Green peas, wall paste. And as Elsie says,
Whatever.
man, we live in America, and I have the right, and you have the right, and I would die for your right. You know, um, the I saw the Black Eyed Peas open for YouTube. That was an incredible show, says Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah, different black eyed peas.
Yeah, do a taste test. I guarantee you, if you put them by themselves and you go and you close your eyes and you take, and then you take the black eyed peas, and you'll probably a slight difference. There is a slight difference, and I prefer the black eye over the purple haw. I can tell the difference when I'm eating them. Like if you get something donated to you that's a mystery, you don't know what it is, and you're going, yeah, I can tell the difference in taste of the two. I like these; they're good, but they're purple haw. I wish they were black eye because I prefer the black eye.
If somebody clip that. On this date in 1988, Carrie says Littlefoot was born in the classic Land Before Time.
Such a cute movie. Yeah, and it inspired what, 9, 10 different sequels.
Oh,
It
yeah,
ran
they had a bunch of sequels. Yeah, that's been much
Petrie
for
and
a while.
Littlefoot. Yeah, love Petrie.
Mm-hmm.
I've still
Yeah,
got a
Petrie
Burger
was
King
cool.
and McDonald's Petrie or two. Uh, yeah, yeah, good movie serials. I know my daughters and your daughters probably growing up enjoyed those Land Before Time movies, Shadowhawk.
Oh yeah, my oldest daughter watched all
Mm-hmm.
those.
Well,
She's
your oldest daughter was quite young in the early 90s when those came out, I'm sure.
she was born in '84, so she by the
Well,
time the
see, my
'90s
daughter
got
was
around,
born
she
in
was
86.
Right.
And I have one
So
that's
my
born
daughter
in
was a party.
79 and in 1982. So they were all
What
young
was
in the early 90s.
what did Carrie say? The first one was 88. So that she was 4 when the first one came out.
Yeah. And I'll tell you another one, Brave Little Toaster, or Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars.
I don't remember ever watching those.
Okay. I think we discussed that. You had to see those. Those are good little cartoons that I enjoyed watching with
Okay.
my daughters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Timothy
Yeah, that's
Ocean says,
good.
"Wow,
My
I was
daughter's
born in 79." Yeah. So was Sabrina.
she'll
She's
be
79, baby. Not
oh
even
shit,
as old as Star Wars.
she'll be 42 in February. My oldest daughter. That's crazy.
Yeah, my daughter will be 40, I guess. She was born in 86.
Mm-hmm.
And her birthday is in June 15th, or 13th, rather, because she was born on Friday the 13th. And so was Amanda. She was born in September 13th on a
My
Friday
oldest
the
was
13th.
born on Groundhog's Day.
My favorite holiday, by the way. Nobody claims it, but I love it. He's so cute, and I used to own prairie dogs, and I would own one of those. Actually, there are people that have groundhogs as pets,
Mm-hmm.
but now you got to wear some thick gloves or clothing with them because their claws, when they get big, will chew you up, just like a badger.
Right.
My brother was
Sorry, just
born the
looking at
same
the
year
chat.
as Star Wars. Yeah, 77.
That 77, yeah, 19. Oh, dude.
We're
Good
giving
year.
family lineages right now out in the chat.
I was 10 years old. My
They
first
are
decade
awesome,
on the
Rex.
planet.
What are awesome?
70.
What is awesome, Elsie? What the little toaster movies?
Yeah, I think that's what he was probably saying.
Oh, his youngest, Mary, was born October, Friday the 13th.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
that's a
scary.
double, isn't it? In October
Yeah,
and Friday the 13th.
yeah, that's the scary one. The
Because the
rest of them are
calendar
just okay.
shifts, right? I mean, a Friday may fall on a 13th, and it may not fall on a 13th, given the year.
Right.
Yeah. And my first wife had 2 daughters born separate months on Friday the 13th. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, they say. That's kind of weird,
Right. She should play cards.
I was just asking for confirmation, Timothy. He says, Rex says things and doesn't remember what he says. Sometimes. But yeah, I just didn't know what he was responding to. I thought it was Brave Little Toaster. Yeah, those are good movies. Flash
Holy
Gordon
shit,
did that.
Timothy, you're 1 of 9? Wow.
What? I didn't hear you say.
Timothy says he was 1 of 9 children. That's a big family for
That is a big family. Yeah, but big families used to be the thing in America. Not so much, except for the Muslims. And
yeah. I recognize. Gosh, look at the time.
Well, I'm not going to go into all that, but I will say that yes, they have many wives, and sometimes they take over whole blocks, and I mean concubines and whatnot. A lot of kids. Yeah.
Whole
I
harems,
know
if you
that
will.
my first wife's father was like one of 10 children himself.
Oh shit! I thought you were 1 of 9. Timothy says no. My mom and dad had only 3 kids. His dad was 1 of 9. Okay. Sorry, Tim.
And Charles,
my
Charles,
dad was.
he had 7
My
kids.
dad had 11 brothers and 2 sisters. He was 1 out of 13.
Yeah.
They had a baker's dozen.
Well, I mean, we used to be more agriculturally based, whatever. I mean, more country.
But that's the thing, though, too, dude. It was a lot rougher of a world back then. and
Yeah.
there were 2 wars that happened
Right.
up to that point,
Mm-hmm.
and so by the time I was actually born, I only ever had a chance to meet my dad's 2 sisters and 3 out of his what was it, 8 other brothers, 7 other brothers, however many that works
Right,
out to.
because some had probably already passed away, and the birth
Yeah.
rate. There were a lot of miscarriages, a lot of babies that
Mm-hmm.
didn't make it through smallpox and other
Yeah.
now
The
treatable.
depression and then
Yeah,
First World
it
War,
would be
Second World War.
interesting. Of course, we all know about the baby boom that happened after World War II. People came back and had
Mm-hmm.
babies. We killed our young off, and then we had a bunch of younglings. But now, I
Right.
did the same thing happen with the population after World War One.
So
Yeah,
I
during
mean,
the 20s, because it was the
I
roaring 20s after all, and
I
30s.
assume it probably did,
Yeah.
because
I
that's
imagine the
just like,
depression probably, I
I
don't
mean,
know
that's
if the
what people
depression
do,
affected.
right?
I mean, you had children to help out on the farm and with the chores and the labor and stuff,
Hmm.
the Waltons.
But you also had multiple children just in case, one of them got spotted fever or some stupid shit, polio, or something you couldn't
Hmm.
do about, anything about that. Then you needed
Yeah.
to have those extra farm hands, right? So you had extra kids.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this the other day. I watched Wizard of Oz. They had 3 helpers on the farm.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't uncommon.
Mm-mm.
And remember the scene with Annie M? I mean, there wasn't a lot of scenes, but in the beginning, the incubator breaks down. They're trying to keep the chicks warm from dying.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. We had chicks at one time, I think. We had an incubator at our house. I remember that.
Yes, Timothy, horrible death will lead to horny soldiers coming home and wanting to repopulate.
Well, I mean, when you kill off so much of the world population, I don't know what it is. People want to get back to their regular lives and living. And that's part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having children, having a family, building on the life that you never got to
Well,
have because you had to, at age 18 or younger, be out there killing people and being shot
yeah,
at.
and a lot of the guys who went to war, had just gotten married, gotten their wives pregnant, were start going into business or whatever they were doing,
Hmm.
and all of a sudden got called to go to war, and
Yeah.
had to leave their brand new babies and
Or
stuff,
straight
and
out of
never know if
school,
they were,
straight out of college,
yeah,
Mhm.
didn't know if they were going to ever see their loved ones again. So
Maybe
yeah, when
their
they get back
education was,
and they
cut
survive,
short. Yeah.
exactly. But if they survive the war and they make it home, yeah, they're gonna be horny when they get home. They're
Either
gonna
that
have a
or
lust
impotent.
for life.
I mean, let's face it,
Well,
there were a
yeah,
lot of
unless they,
mental
yeah, unless
issues
they,
that, shell shock.
well, yeah, if you got bad
Mhm.
enough PTSD, if you saw enough
Right.
shit,
Yeah, you went
maybe
to
you're,
war and you came back different.
yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
maybe you're never horny again. I don't know,
War is
but
hell, and I don't know why we embrace it. I guess it's the sign of the times.
I know
We
my natural reaction to surviving death is to embrace life, and there's no better way to embrace life than making that.
right. If you want to fight the darkness, you have to head towards the light. Of course, when we get depressed and we get down, we don't feel like heading towards the light, which might be the cure. Um, there is a dark side to life, a depressing side of life, and we all get that way from time to time. But you have to continually set up things like a domino. I don't know. Hopefully, a better foundation than a domino. But yeah, I mean, sometimes
Yeah,
one thing falls down and the whole stack falls down. And you have to begin again, and that's always rough. Like a deck of cards. A house built out of cards.
hmm well, yeah, in a way, metaphorically, every house is a house of cards. It only takes a couple of those cards to fall over for everything to fall.
Right. Timothy says the human race has always embraced death. Look at what they had for entertainment. Well, look at this. Most of the stuff that we watch, if you watch older stuff, those people are dead. You're watching the dead. The dead are entertaining you. When you put it in terms like that, you never look at these things the same again. I mean, there's only one living person that it, huh?
Ghost Watcher? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, yeah, it is kind of like a box with poltergeist in it, I guess. I mean, I don't know if I'd say that, but we're watching images of the dead, and which is pretty cool. I mean, they're long gone and we can still enjoy their artistry and be entertained by it.
Well, soon we'll be able to see them AI generated into brand new movies and TV shows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what blew me away with de-aging when you saw that in the Avengers with or other shows,
I saw this in the news. This is funny as hell. There's the whole AI controversy, right? Michael Caine has gotten ahead of it before he dies. He's going to sell his voice to an AI company for like $1 billion or some shit.
Who's this?
Michael Caine, the actor.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Why not?
And Morgan Freeman has already got an active lawsuit started against like multiple AI companies that have used, like clips of his voice and shit.
Yeah.
So it's the two ends of the spectrum right there. Michael Caine's like, yep, I can make all this money for my family. I'm not going to be around much longer anyway.
What about James Earl Jones, who's already
James
passed
Earl
away?
Jones is going to be interesting. I think his family are going to be able to contest that if Disney tries to use his voice, like do an AI.
As Darth Vader? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they might have the grounds to sue Disney for that.
Yeah, he even did a version of the Bible. I can't remember if it was just the New Testament or the whole thing, but you can get James Earl Jones reading the Bible.
He had his voice. I believe he already had copyrighted it and trademarked it and stuff before. Yeah, before
well,
he ever did.
That might put limitations on what can be done with his voice then, unless they reach some kind of agreement.
Because he was a huge voiceover guy back in the 70s and stuff before Star
definitely.
Wars.
With that rich baritone voice of his, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I am your father. Like, yes.
No. Oh, I watched Family Guy Blue Harvest, which is A New Hope, which is Star Wars, the original Star Wars done.
Before I forget,
Family Guy.
I found a movie. It's available on YouTube on Shanta and Jetty's recommendation. From Malin's stream the other night. Shanta came in and he recommended it's a made-for-TV Frankenstein from 2004. But according to Shant, it's like the most accurate visual portrayal of Mary Shelley's Dracula. It's like not Dracula, Frankenstein. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And I love the new one, but that was way more was taken like from Bernie Wrightson's and Guillermo del Toro took a lot of liberties with story and what have you.
Yeah.
It was still a really good movie. I really liked it. But apparently this one is supposed to be the most accurate. And coincidentally, Michael Caine plays the ship's captain, the one that finds Frankenstein on the Arctic. Rex, how did you get outside?
Oh, Michael Caine is in Frankenstein?
Yeah, the 2004 version. It's available on YouTube. It's part 1 and 2. Just type in Frankenstein 2004 in the YouTube search and it'll come right up.
Well, I don't know if you've seen this, but in 2026, next year, they're coming out with The Thing 2. Universal is. And the trailer's out. Have you seen the trailer yet to that?
No, I haven't. But I heard John Carpenter is.
It's up on YouTube. So do a search.
I heard John Carpenter is directing it. He didn't die.
Play it for us, but I'm really not wanting any copyright type stuff, you know.
Yeah, don't play that one yet. I don't know if that's safe.
Apex Comics in the house. Hello.
Hail Apex.
Don't back me into a corner. Yeah. Yeah, we have yet to have a good Sergeant Rock movie. Now, Timothy Olsen says, I think I was referring to how entertainment and stories that had death in it. The human race has always embraced death. Look at what they had for entertainment. Absolutely.
Well, I think the human race has always been fascinated and scared about death, and that's why we have so many myths and legends and horror stories and everything else. Because, especially as you get older and your body starts to break down, you can't help about fucking start thinking about death.
Eternity, right? Yeah, I mean that's the eternal question. You know, why am I here? What am I doing here? And how long am I going to be here? And, yeah,
exactly. But that's why you need to, have God in your life, so you know that there's something more.
Absolutely, yeah, and you will find that out the hard way if you don't ask those questions now. This is the testing ground for that. Apex says, I think Kurt Russell, and I know he's in it. I hadn't watched the trailer yet, but I bet you Keith David is too. Yeah, supposed to be in Thing too.
I'm gonna have to look it up as soon as we get out of here. Speaking of which, I'm gonna get going here in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna get an early start on dinner and get to bed early night, man. Rough day today. I got a couple more days to finish this week, and then 3 days next week until I get a nice long weekend. So
that's true. Yeah. You have any clue about what you're going to do on your Saturday show? I mean, as far as what you're going to eat?
It just depends how I feel. If I do the Saturday show or not. I don't know what Friday.
Well, now you did announce that you're no longer going to do like the Wednesday show. You're going to condense them all on your Saturday show.
Right. But again, it's all going to be very dependent on how I feel. If I'm in too much pain to have fun, then I'm not going to subject my audience to that shit. If I can't have fun, there's no point in me doing a show.
LZ, you're out there. Do you want to do a stream with me in just a little bit or later, tonight? As I work on my campaign, you can paint. We can kind of talk back and forth. I can do a hanging with my homie show with you or something. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I do, Shadowhawk. Sometimes I stream even when I don't want to. Sometimes I stream when I want to. I mean that's the best time. Stream when you want to, and
I'll put it to you guys this way. I'm always up early on Saturday whether I want to be or not. So I'll make a point of posting depending on how I feel when I wake up, and I will make the call for whether or not we're having a high noon or not. But I'm really going to try and get better about it. I'm really trying, guys. But in the meantime, the more I strive to do better with this type of stuff, every day I'm just wearing my leg down to fucking the point where it's just going to snap one day. So it's not a fun existence right now. If I can make it till January, I can get knee replacement surgery, and hopefully things will get better from there.
Really? They're talking about doing that soon?
Bro, he told me back in June when he took the first x-ray, he's like, you need a knee replacement. I was like, I can't do it right now. You gotta get me, gotta get me to the first of next year. What can we do? And we've been doing everything that my doctor says we could do, and it hasn't been cheap.
Okay.
And
Well, I thought
still
it was
in
going to be like
a lot of
3 to
pain.
5 years before you were going to be able to do that.
Well, I wish that was my plan. If this other stuff would have worked, and
Yeah.
would have lasted, the 6 months or whatever it was supposed to, and gave me some comfort, that would be great. But this shit lasted maybe 3 months, and now my leg is worse than it was before. I can feel it every step I take is fucking living out.
Now, when is your next cortisone shot or whatever they do? Because you get that every
trying to
3
get in
months,
there.
right?
No, that's my next the hyaluronic acid stuff, the cushioning gel shit that they put in there.
And that
I can't
helps
get
for a
that.
while. Yeah.
That helps for a couple 3 months.
Yeah.
But I
When's
can't
your
get
next
that
one
until
scheduled for that? Before the
January.
surgery, hopefully?
I don't know yet. Right now it's scheduled for January like 14th or something like that, because I have to wait 6 months because that's all insurance will cover.
Right.
So my last one it'll be somewhere around the second week of January next year. But if I can make it till December and upgrade my insurance, it's going to cost me a little more money out of my check every week.
Yeah.
But then I can get into the temporary disability portion of my insurance, so I can upgrade after the first of the year. I can talk to my doctor and go get me, scheduled as soon as possible. It probably still won't be until March or April. So I'll, end up doing my January thing with the cushioning stuff and struggle on through until, March or April, and then get a knee replacement. And then I'll be off work for 6 weeks, but at least I'll be making enough money on temporary disability that I can cover my bills, and I'm not going to end up fucking homeless while I'm recovering from surgery.
Right. Yeah. You'll probably have some rehab with that during that time.
Oh, bro, they immediately put you into rehab with knee surgery now. There is no downtime. They take you from surgery to recovery. As soon as you're recovered and they're sure it's stable, they strap your leg into a machine that moves your leg for you. Yeah, it's about 6 weeks on a knee replacement now, but
Okay.
it's
Apex
6
Comics.
very painful weeks.
If you want to come on, you can and talk about FinBat. I know yesterday was supposed to be the last day, but I just for the book T-shirt combo on FinBat, but I still see it up there on the campaign, so you might be able to go over there and grab it. So for some clarification, Apex, I don't know if you're can come in here or not. Elsie, I did send you the link over on Facebook, so get your ass in here if you can, and we will talk about a few things and plan a show tonight.
I'm going to say goodnight, Rex. Thank you for having me, my friend. Good night
As
to the
always,
chat. Love all you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.
see you, Shadowhawk. Take care. Get you a nice, good, hot shower. I always want to say bath. Ever since my childhood, I want to say bath, and I haven't taken bath in long years, long time. That's why I stink. No, I take showers like a man should. Anyway, I'm door dashing now. I have extended the book and T-shirt combo until November 30th. Good, because if I can possibly, I was hoping to actually back it for that, but yeah, all this. Till you take it down, I don't see why you don't leave it up. I mean, you're not, saying, oh, I mean, is that to goad people into, oh, it's going to end, you better get to it. It's like, I mean, I'd leave it up the rest of the campaign until you're ready to close. I mean, you want to make sales and people can't buy it. It's like my story with Pineapple Perception, with that big bundle that he had on there. he said, yeah, I got to get a count on those because get all that stuff made up. And probably in his mind, yeah, we're going to get ready for fulfillment. Although I don't know how, but he took that tier down. If he wanted to make some more money, he should have left that tier down. Get it while it's hot. Okay. I mean, there's different strategies. You do you, boo. I'm just saying some people may not be able to get it right now, but if I get some money and it's still up there, I'll get it. If I don't right now, it's like, no, can't do it now. So missed out, yeah, regardless, but it's just availability, anyway, I have added something to my campaign, and we'll be adding some this artist right here, Ryan James art up on the campaign, and I will make sure. In fact, why don't we take a look at that? Let's see. Take this down. Whoops. There we go. And look at Fembat here. Extended real quick. And play the trailer. Groovy. Grooving it up. 4 o'clock shadow. Everybody gets this wonderful colored bookmark when you back the book. Everybody getting a Dan Lawless trading card as well with your purchase for free. For free. $51 backers, 2,263 simoleons. Adventure, horror, action, and intrigue, 56 pages. Fembat only from Apex Comics. Support your Fembat. Become a backer today. So you had the Dan Lawless cover. That's the cover that I bought early on when we didn't have the Dan Lawless t-shirt combo. Yeah, $40. You also have the wraparound with the quasi-essential Apex Comics, with Apex artwork, book and t-shirt combo, and also Homer Glitch's piece here in full color. This is something new that they put on there as far as the Seducer being in full color. Like that he did it in the marker style and didn't add, he was talking about putting little windows, and I'm like, yeah, how far back are those? I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't get complex with it, but sometimes just the indication of buildings is enough. Do you want to look at the background, or do you want to look at those salacious tatas, and the main figure? I say the background secondary, know your design. And I'm glad that Homer Glitch actually stopped and took my advice on that. Nice sketch cover there. Combo. Get a sketch cover and the Seducer t-shirt. Different combos here. I believe this is going to be in black and white, but we've got some color imagery that he stuck up. Is it going to be in color now? I'm just wondering. Are you just putting that up there to show people? That can confuse people. Just saying. Like what he did on the modeling there. It's interesting. It's visually interesting. I like the hot color, pink, and the background and everything. I like the minimalism of it. Sometimes all you need to do is focus on the figure. free giant Fembat bookmark, and I have one of those already. They are big. First stretch goal achieved. Second stretch goal achieved. 2,200 free Fembat trading card by Dan Lawless. Glad we're getting that. That'll go good with my cover that I got from him. And Fembat art collage poster, pretty close to getting that at 2,500. I think that's very doable. And then of course at $1,000 more, 3,500, 8 more pages added to the book. 5,000 free Fembat Volume 1 fan art book. And some more details on that would be nice, to kind of push that narrative. It's going to be so many pages, blah, 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 information. Of course, we have the poster there by Anthony Sika, creator of Venerella and Misty America. Also on the campaign down here, very nice, of course, is the ultra tier at $190. Lots of content in that big bundle tier, including this, which you can get by itself, which I think is wonderful. Enforcer Inc. versus Devastator, 24 pages by itself, 5x7, all ages, full color mini comic. See, that would be great to do the mini comic. Of course, I don't know about the size there, the exact size, but to do through Peter Simeti's and make it, more of an inexpensive newsprint version. But love the cover, as composed by Omer Glitch, I believe, as Treasury edition with the art by Apex and coloring and all. Full color mini comic. So this one will be in full color. Super team from the 80s, Enforcer Incorporated. The Devastator challenges Enforcer Inc. to a battle for guardianship of San Diego. Nancy Pelosi will be happy about that one. The city is in a panic from a kaiju battle between the Giant versus Devastator. Will San Francisco survive? I say yes. It might be in ruins, but it will survive. Pick up this book today. Absolutely. So if you want to see the Apex Comics universe extended beyond just Fembat and see some of the other characters he's created, this is the book to pick up. I still have to buy one of those, me, myself, and I. So, but Fembat over on Fund My Comic, go check it out today. You won't regret your purchase. No, still black and white interiors. Yes. Yeah, I've struggled with that myself on my own campaign. Just to let you know, not busting you out on anything and telling you what to do on your own campaign. It can be confusing, if you put color images of what's going to be in black and white, because I have had some of Devil Flyer colored, early color by colorist when it was just going to be presented by itself. And I've decided not to put that up on the campaign because it'll just confuse people. I don't want to be confuse people by showing them color artwork that is not in the book, or be featured. If it's featured on a print or something you're selling, that's different. But I don't want to confuse. So, this is a color project, and then they buy it and they get it in black and white. That's not a good look, right? Or vice versa. Devil Flyer, as far as the printing is concerned, my own campaign will be considered a color project, even though most of it will be in black and white, glorious black and white. And I'm glad, frankly. I mean, with Fembat Apex, you can offer it in black and white because it's sort of like Gothic Hammer horror, and I think it works more effectively with black and white and grayscale. With that said, you can always do a remastered color version, even if it's traditional color, like you and I do with markers. And you can see you can get very colorful with markers and other techniques. You just need to know what you're doing. And Apex is one of the he's been working with markers a long time, and he's very good with markers. Me, not so much, with alcohol markers, but I think I'm getting there. Euphoria page. I'll try and get that scanned here, at least off to the printers tomorrow. And I may work on tonight this piece to finish it up to get it scanned so that I can get them up on the campaign for sale. Splash pages. This probably be splash page for the Bog story. This may be the splash page. It may not be, but it will definitely be in the Euphoria story. But yeah, if you have any coloring whatsoever, then you might have one page, one ad that's colored. Like, even if my whole book was black and white, the ad that I'm going to be putting on the inside back cover from Bread Valkyrie would make it a color project. And I do have like Grave Tales that has spot coloring in it. The coloring sort of like in Schindler's List, the little girl's red shoes helps narrate and tell the story, So my whole project's considered color, although majority of it will be black and white, grayscale, whatever. And you can do a lot of neat stuff with that. I would like to do more stuff, and it would probably be traditionally colored. I mean, I could, but save that for a remastered edition, I say, for later. Yes, I'm thinking of a second Finback edition for a second printing. Absolutely. Or your newsprint. I mean, get a ISB and put it up on Amazon like Timothy does, or through Barnes and Noble and all those other great stores. Once you have your ISBN, Finback could be found at your local comic book shop, distributed. There's been Florida Man, Professor Murph's, and Gary Martin's, and the Cryptidnals or whatever by Oliver and Company. Those have all made it to the local comic book store and more. And if CG projects want to get out there, then the newsprint edition through Peter Smetty's, or buy your own setup and print your own books. I mean, yeah, that's ideal for everybody. At one point, we'll be doing that probably. It just takes funding. I have plans to do it at some time. I don't know. Sometimes it's just cheaper to buy, I know that there was a recolor job done on Canadian Shield through Rick Piper. I don't think it was necessary. It was already colored nicely, but he wanted to do a remastered version. If it's black and white, I can see a remastered version, redo on the covers or something. Or if you're doing an omnibus or something, put a great colorist on there. A Fembat, the Kyle Ritter edition. I'd take some cheddar, even if he was available. Why does Fembat and Battles Cyberfrog? Ooh, I'd sell 1 million copies. I'm considering a coloring newsprint edition. Yeah, I mean, why not? Yeah. Yeah. The one thing about newsprint is it's going to make it more affordable, which is great for the local comic book shop. But let's face it, people that go in, they want established brands. I'm not even sure Cyberfrog could come in there and try and sell a book for $30. Maybe they're doing that right now. I'm just saying they want established brands. If you're Batman, yes, you can do that. You can sell a book for $30, $25, whatever, $20. To comic book collectors, that's a lot of money, right? So yeah, you got to go cheap. Cheaper the better. You can do Holding the Line at $2.99. They'll possibly buy it, especially if it appeals to them, looks good. I've turned down a lot of things that appealed to me that I would like to have, but it's just too damn expensive. And I think Devil Flyer would be that, unless, my plans are to do newsprint of Devil Flyer. Of course, I run into the problem of going over 48 pages. If I do that, I can't go through Peter for it. So, but we probably will hit that stretch goal and have 4 more pages added to the book. Why 4 more pages? Because in printing, you have to count by 4s. Simple as that. and you get more money. You get more book than what, some of most of the backers were early backers. And so, they're getting more book. That's a little thank you for waiting, as long as everybody's waiting on trying to make it the best that I possibly can. And we are getting stuff printed up right now. I will be going to the printers tomorrow, and like I say, and dropping off some other things and preparing files and getting the campaign ready. Yes, Cyberfrog means Finbatic. I will ask EVS in a couple years. Okay. Yeah. I'm not here to quash anybody's. Isn't that a great word? Quash. Quash anybody's dreams. I really don't have a story, but the imagery often dictates the story. Sometimes the imagery comes to me. But now I have a start on the Euphoria story. I have a start on the Bog story, and it will come to me. Several things working around here. In fact, sort of the darker side, some of the backstory to my whole universe has been coming down. I have some notes on a little what is it, 4x6 card? What is it? A 4x5, 2x5, 3x5, 3x5 card. Yeah, and that translates into more sketch cards. I've got to balance everything with sketch cards, getting more sketch cards done. Because it's been a few days since I've done my last sketch card that I produced was on the 12th. So that's been a few days ago. And that was a new character called King Viper. There's King Viper. Some burning stuff in the background there. New character. Been working on other aspects. This is not Bog, although this looks like a space Bog to me. It's a new character. Maybe it will turn out to be space Bog, but if it does, I'll put two little twigs there. Sorry, gotta have the twigs if it's going to be Bog. The Dark Well, which will work into stories. What is the Dark Well? And I came up with another well called with the Endless Well, which I will be depicting at some time. Time Portal, what a time portal might look like. May have to do some more on that to clarify that on the sketch cards. It's kind of small. Clown Killer, of course, that goes up against Bog in his first Gravetail story. I did an extra Geo just because, I really wasn't feeling it and needed to draw and had a concept for him. And so did another Geo, new alien type character that I did. These help give me sort of a color guide. The Lurker, who is the Lurker in the portals. I don't even know yet, but it's a cool concept. Chaotic Portal, very unstable, sort of wormhole type portal, but just a portal here. What a portal might look like. And the Dark Portal. And Lady Bog. Did Lady Bog. One of the last characters I did. Only got her card done. Bags, a new character I created right before Halloween. As in body bags. That's how I came up with his name, Bags. The director here got his done. It's a little hint to his powers. He does, and the Dark Ones. And like the director and the Dark Ones and some of these others, like the what was the card name? The Dark Well. Is it the Dark Well? Is that what I call it? There it is. Let's see. We got another card on the back of it, of course, impeding my reading the title. Yeah, the Dark Well. So, developing some of the ancient past, like I said, I've been working on a story that takes one of my characters back 3,000 plus years to ancient Egypt. But more on that later. The lurker, yes, the lurker. The lurker's, just his claw there, his hand. That's how his first appearance is going to be like, ooh, coming out of the portal, seal the portal, seal the portal. Yeah. The director is kind of like my Spectre type character, James Bond Spectre type character. The man behind the curtain that you never see, and if you do, you won't be alive very long. But I've been working on some of that, and I'm going to get busy working on that here in a few minutes, working on the campaign more. I have added to the campaign some dialogue right up on the campaign. And like I say, the Euphoria piece here that you see on the right, I also have a larger image of it under my section, a big image if you want a closer look at it. As a painterly feel because I use Doc Martens, as I used on this page to kind of do the panels and paint over on this Euphoria page. But there's some of this stuff may be coming down. K-pop has expressed, I don't have any new bookmarks. Well, I mean, I might have some images. There is a bog bookmark that will be I might feature over here in my art section because I do have an image of that. Yeah, we've got art section starting with my artwork and going to some of Omer's, going to some of Rob Ewing's, going to some Doc Blaylock's artwork and John Dillard's artwork. Tank Ferret, little smattering of his stuff. Can't wait to see this produced. This early Devil Flyer I did. Can't wait to see that done up in the trading card. But the next trading card that we're going to do is the Devil Flyer. The first stretch go sort of in gray tone, sort of sepia tone. It almost looks like a sepia tone. And we're going to leave it just like that. Very classic, very nice. Can't wait to see that in a trading card. We've got the Zigzag Magnet unlocked. We've got the Midnight Trading Card. It's going to be unlocked. Of course, we've already unlocked the Sea Demon and Bog fan art. Sea Demon drawn by Apex Comics and inked and spot colored by me. And Omer Glitch's Bog piece, which LZ now owns. Next stretch go is Bog's Bog sticker, and we get 4 more pages added to the book. And we're not that far away from it. We're, what is it, 4271, and we need to get to 4,500. One big bundle would do it, and I know we already got that in the bag, so we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that for everybody. I will not be making the t-shirts available. They might be available on the next Devil Flyer Zero and Momentum Unleashed campaign, but for this, the only way you can get the t-shirts, these 2 t-shirt designs here, and of course the Shadow Hawk will have 4 o'clock shadow on the back of it. Maybe on the sleeve, we'll see. I will make them very nicely for everybody that buys the big bundle. At this time, we've only sold 1 big bundle. So not that many of these will be produced, but I may bring them back, like I say, for the next campaign by themselves, but not on this campaign. Not going to waste it and do it But so like if you want it while it's hot, get it while it's hot. Like Apex said, some things will be available, some won't. But I'll be putting up more artwork. The very first drawing of Croc Bog done by Ryan James. Amongst the other works, the first appearance of Dr. K, first drawing of him. Got Dr. K sketch card already done. I'll be working on some sketch cards. This Bog page, as I said, once I get, it won't take me long to get the images up on the campaign. Of course, I could probably spend all night just sitting here tweaking it and adding to the description and stuff like that. I do need to do some more of that, more write-up. We'll see what we accomplish. I apologize for not being on the Hump Day show tonight, but I feel like I need to work on the campaign. And while I'm in the mood and sort of in the zone to do so and get some stuff available to buy and just work on the campaign and make it look as good as I can make it right now and refresh it a little bit, and taking a few things down. I might take the sketch cards down. I may take some of the bookmarks down. I don't know. I've got 4 bookmark blanks here that I never used. So I may do some bookmarks here pretty soon. I'm hoping to, make some of those. I wasn't happy with all the bookmarks I did. I cut out and actually did. Here's one of them, a Bog bookmark that I wasn't, not bad, but it's not, anything to talk about really. I had to dust it off here. Did this back in 2023. So 2023, I was doing bookmarks and basically cut these out of comic book boards, good rigid, slick back surface, and use the more paper surface. Of course, these are always different. There's boards can be slick on both sides, be coated, but most of them come one side uncoated, one side coated. The dark ones, I don't have all that worked out, or you don't have to introduce in a concept. I want to go in this direction. I want to, there's a concept of like the house of mystery, the house of what was the other house? House of secrets. I want a house in my universe. That house becomes like a character. Maybe it's the house of portals, because portals are going to be a big part of the Momentum universe and the storytelling. And I had to think through all this stuff. Has portals been used before? Yes, but what's the reason for them, and why do they exist, and why does it make sense? And in this instance, it does make sense, and it's also a great transporting device to get one character from one spot to another very quickly, right? You got to think through these things. And then what kind of portals? Are there more than one kind of portals? Evidently there are, because I've been working on portal cards recently this past month. And just deviating from character to essential things, kind of like a house of, if I had a house of portals or something, if I had a, you know what I'm saying, if I had a house of mystery, a house of secrets type, the house itself becomes type of a character. So it's not really a character sketch card, but in the same way, the portals aren't really, but they have a lot to do with my universe, and I think I want to depict them, and might as well depict them on a card. Now, will some of you get portal cards? I don't know. I've just got an over batch of them. I know I'm probably not going to use, I just want to get the concept down, and I want to make sure that I do have, every backer gets a card and gets a viable character. They're all different, all unique, one of one. So, and I'll probably I haven't decided if they're going to be sent to you in a top loader like your card, or if they're going to be in with your other cards on the sheet. Probably a top loader, because it just looks good. It protects it, and it's flat. You can fit it in there. I might put the well, we'll see. I might have a special binding to bind them together, so that they'll make sure that they don't slide around, and all these things have to be worked out so that when you get your package and you go, wow, great presentation. I learned in college, especially in sculpting, that to think in 3 dimensions, look around the object all the way around. Is it aesthetically pleasing all the way around? No matter what angle you look at it at, that presentation is a big part of presenting something. And certainly people go for that wow factor when they, get their backers, get their books, and they see that they went the extra mile on the presentation. You absolutely should, whether it be a box like Cyberfrog and other campaigns have done, or, a portfolio type thing, whatever. The presentation and care says a lot. Anyway, going to get out of here. Made it to 2 hours. Woohoo! Anymore, that seems to be a slog, and but we've got a lot going on at the momentum level. The momentum is on our side, and we're moving onward and upward. Shazam! And yes, I'm working on in the back story, and I'm not telling you any spoilers. Sorry. Well, here and there, a hint there and there, and you'll go, you know what? I remember months ago when Rex was talking about that, and then here it is in front of me in print. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to share some of these stories with you. But first, I have to work them out in my head. I'll get with LZ. I'll get with him on the phone if I can get him on the phone right now after the stream. We'll set up another stream. Maybe 10 o'clock, maybe 9:30 today. But in between, I've rested. I will be working on the campaign, adding some new artwork, some new dialogue, hopefully, to the campaign. And if I don't do that, then we'll just have a straight hanging with my homie and draw stream, where we're working. I want to get set up where I can paint and have some paint streams. Elsie's already been painting. I've kind of been working with the brush work last night with the white out, to just lay in these panels, and with some brush markers as well. Love using a brush. Anyway, keep collecting. See you tomorrow, hopefully, on